snippet about how you're connected within this soccer family.
My name is LeBrel Guy from Shepherdstown, West Virginia. I met all these guys here at Shepherd University where they wreaked havoc on our little town. They ran crazy on it. But it's a great group of guys, love football, and they love the culture. That's the main thing, is they rep the culture. You can love something and you can do it injustice, or you can love something and you can do it justice. You know what I'm saying? And I think these guys, they bring it. You know what I'm saying? They all played. All of them have different, different lifestyles, you know what I mean? Because everyone lives different, you know what I mean? Everybody brings a different flavor, and, so I'm glad to be here. I'm happy to be on the show, and that's where I met these guys at Shepherd University. I got to watch them ball, and, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you, brother. Good to have you. Bernard, go ahead. Introduce you. You've already introduced yourself plenty of times, but go ahead and give us a quick shout out.
Yeah, what's up, people? It's Bernard. I'm here back again to talk football.
All right, talk some football. And go ahead, do your thing.
What's going on, guys? I don't know what time it is. This is the M show, basically, because these guys are gonna try and school me, but I'm a reverse. Let's go, baby.
That's why I like to hear. That's the type of energy I want. So we're gonna get straight into it. The Premier League is over. That's all of our favorite league, but of course we watch all the other leagues. And right now, we've got European football for the remainder of the summer. So my first question for you guys, for the panel, I'm going to start off with Bernard. I'm going to start off with you on this question. How are the English teams fare in Europe? So right now you got Wolves left in the UEFA Cup. You got Manchester United left in the UEFA Cup. You got Manchester City, who played Real Madrid on Friday. And then also Chelsea, will they be able to overcome Bayern? So how do you think the English teams, now that the season's over, are going to fare in the UEFA Cup and the Champions League?
Well, for the UEFA Cup, I think Man United are probably the favorite to win the whole thing. I think they and Inter Milan are probably the favorite. I think Wolves is probably between Wolves, Roma, and Sevilla. They'll probably have a little shout out at the back end of it. But I'm looking at Man United and Inter Milan. But I also think coaching and the inexperience of Oli in terms of being a top quality coach, I think that's gonna be Man United's downfall.
Okay, so M. LeBrel, you got a two Man United fans. Thank you, B, for that. What do you guys think about Bernard's comments in reference to, United in the UEFA Cup?
I'm gonna let LeBrel is the guest, so I'm gonna let LeBrel go first.
All right, let's hear it.
United has kind of a easy path, I feel. I feel like they're firing on all cylinders right now, but I feel like as a squad and as a team, if they faced real adversity in two legs, I don't really feel like they'd come out of it. I feel like Ole does have some growing to do. I mean, I think there's a lot of inexperienced coaches out there. I think we're in the kind of how coaching has a cycle. Now the players that were playing, now they're coaching. And, they got to grow into it. You know what I'm saying? They got to get their gray hairs and take their losses, you know what I'm saying, before they, because it's different as a player, as a coach. But I think United definitely has good chemistry. I'm going to tell you right now, Martial is still incredible. I mean, just on the ball, off the ball, the energy he brings to the field. Rashford, I mean, the whole team right now just feels really good. They feel like they're in a good place together. They're excited about their transfers. I mean, all you can ask for with your football club is for them to be excited. And it looks like when the ball's on the pitch, they look like excited to play. They don't look like Arsenal holding, I guess, aluminum trophies. You know what I mean? Arsenal holding aluminum trophies. But we feel pretty good. We feel good.
Okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Do you so the last time we saw you guys in a cup in a cup situation, it was against Chelsea, and you saw Ole field a team. That was not your first team. At the time, you guys still had top four to worry about. How do you guys feel, Em and Labrel, in reference to now that you no longer have top four to worry about? Do you think Ole can get the best out of the tournament style soccer out of that Man United team?
All right. So you guys have you're throwing that question is a loaded question. So let me go ahead first and let you know how the teams I think the English teams are going to be faring in Europe. As of right now, if Wolves win the FA Cup, right? Not the FA Cup. If the Wolves win Europa, then England will have 6 teams that are going to be vying in Europe next year. So how is England going to be faring in Europe? They're going to be doing pretty well. We have the top 4 teams are going to be playing Champions League, and then we have I think who's the next one? I think we have Leicester and Tottenham. They're going to be playing Europa, and then the Wolves are going to be coming in, and then we have Arsenal that you guys just won the little tin cup that everybody's talking about. But I think that we're going to do. I think in overall Europe is going to do pretty good. We're going to do pretty well in Europe. Now,
okay.
In reference to your blasphemous question regarding Ole and how my team is faring, I believe that if you have not lost a single game in 22 games in all competition, like every single competition, so you guys can say that we played last twice. We just beat the team that they put in front of us. Right, so we have won 23 games in all competitions. Not one. We have not lost. He has not done anything to get kicked out of the situation that he's currently in. Okay, Mikel Arteta, he has won the FA Cup for you guys, which coming in 8th place with the quality that you guys have is an accomplishment. So I think he gets another opportunity. So it's not a matter of how are they going to fare? It's just now we're getting the right system in place to challenge for top 4 on a regular basis. You have to start somewhere. And Manchester United were nowhere in the realm of top 4. And the trajectory, I think, is gonna keep going. Unfortunately, from the COVID situation, we have a short turnaround, but it's just going to keep the momentum going.
All right, so you're confident that you guys can get through the quarterfinal against Copenhagen?
Yeah, that's not even a problem. We used our B team and we beat last 2-1. Like I wasn't even paying that much attention. I missed the Martial goal. I must say because I did
not.
I
did not miss it.
Yeah, I had a meeting. I had adult things to do, so that's why I missed it. But I'm definitely gonna go back and check it out. But as you can see from our B team, quote unquote, it wasn't a solid performance. Everybody knew this was a practice match. This was something like it was an audition, basically. Like who's gonna be giving Ole a headache to pick the starting 11? So we're gonna be fine with Copenhagen.
Okay. So how about this? There's I believe they call it chewing tobacco Copenhagen. If you guys don't win that, tie, I want you and Labrel both owe me a can of Copenhagen. How about that?
Okay, so I'm gonna buy you a can of Copenhagen for you to do what?
I'll bring it on the podcast. All right, Labrel, you down with that?
Okay.
All right, we betting the can of Copenhagen on Copenhagen. All right.
Heard.
So we're gonna stay in Manchester unless D has anything to add to that.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay.
The only thing I would say is, you see, the league is one thing, but you see, because this is a cup competition, we have seen that Ole, for some reason, he slipped up. Like the FA Cup, we can admit that Man United slipped up because they had an opportunity to win a cup and they feel a weakened team, right? No,
including the goalkeeper.
Including the goalkeeper, which he made a mistake at. No, in a competition like this, where
so you're saying David De Gea is the weaker goalie? Is that
no. It's not that he's a weaker goalie.
I think that's what he said.
No. Wait, this is what happened. Remember, the second choice goalie, the keeper from Argentina. Yeah, him.
Yeah, okay.
That guy. that's the guy that wasn't he the guy that was keeping right throughout all
Yes, he
the
was
cup
keeping
competition,
yes.
right?
Yes.
So if he's the one keeping up to all the cup competition, and then the coach make a decision to change him
Okay.
in the semi-final, and the goalkeeper that they changed him for made 2 mistakes, who are we going to put that blame on?
What do you mean?
On the keeper.
It's the goalkeeper's fault.
Yeah, the coach didn't play.
Yeah, but who picked him? But who picked him?
Okay, so when a defender scores an own goal, who picked the defender? If a goalkeeper makes a mistake, who picks it? If a striker shoots wide all the time and does the smalling, who do you blame? You're gonna blame the coach because he put him in a position to make a save and he didn't?
Yeah, but if you have someone who's playing right throughout, the same person playing right throughout, right? Nothing is wrong with that person. At the last minute, you would decide to make a change and switch that person around.
And
the coach has to take. I mean, the coach the coach has to take some responsibility for that. Like,
okay, so
listen.
So when the coach,
not to bring Arsenal back into the conversation. Go ahead, Em. Go ahead. Sorry.
When the play goes bad, it's Ole's fault. But when the play goes right, it's the player's fault.
But that's how coaching is. When you win, with the exception of Jose Mourinho, when you
exactly what I was gonna say.
When you win,
win,
it's the players. But when you lose, people blame it on the coach. That's how it is, unfortunately. Because the coaches are the one who made the decision. And
unless you're
Jose. Unless you're Jose, and so we have to admit that he made a bad decision.
Listen, M, not to bring Arsenal back into the conversation, but in our FA Cup final, our number one goalkeeper was healthy, but we made a conscious decision to stick with the guy who had been getting us through the cups, which is our backup goalie, Emilio Martinez.
And for that, Pulisic scored a sitter in the first second of the game, and then just because of his injury, and then the fact that Kante wasn't there to clean everything up, you guys scored a goal similar to what what's his name for Fulham, Joe Bryan. You guys are scoring these off-brand goals that nobody's even talking about. You guys get these goals where goalies would kick the ball on top of a Aubameyang and it bounces off a bird and hits the post and then goes in. So let's try to not. All right.
Enough about Arsenal. We're going to stay focused. We're going to go over to the other Manchester team, Manchester City. They play Real Madrid on Friday. Okay, I want to hear your thoughts on that, Bernard, on that tie. Manchester City leads that tie 2-1. They're playing at home. They already got a result at the Bernabeu. What do we think about that tie?
Well, I have Manchester City.
Bernabeu.
Yeah, I have Manchester City winning the whole thing. I have Manchester City finally getting over the hump and winning the Champions League. I cannot.
That's what happens when you a bomber clock cheat.
Oh, well, okay. I cannot put my faith in Real Madrid without a Cristiano and without a Gareth Bale and no Sergio Ramos. So no Sergio Ramos, who is for some reason who's suspended again. The greatest defender in the world, suspended again. Right? Gareth Bale not even in the squad, and then you have no Cristiano. So I just think Manchester City will be very motivated to really take home this cup. So that's who I think is going to win the whole thing.
Okay, so you got Manchester City getting through this tie on Friday. Okay. And under similar circumstances, without Cristiano Ronaldo, those guys have won the league for the first time in how many years, bro? In a few years.
It's
so
been a long.
Yeah. Remember, that Real Madrid team just won the league, B. So, but not to damper your point. But LeBron, let's hear from you in reference to the Manchester City Real Madrid tie we got on Friday.
All right. So my take is Manchester City from the core is rotten, like an apple that fell off the tree in 100 degrees, just sitting and festering and sweating and nasty to the core. All right, first of all, they should be suspended from all football. Ethics, boys. Ethics in football. Always. All right, now getting back to what you asked me. I don't even really feel like it's a competition. I feel like Manchester City's going to just not breaking it down player by player just to keep it quick. But, I mean, all in all, I just don't really see how they're going to stop them. Their mid and their attacking is just crazy right now. Firing on all coaching, tactics-wise, I think Real Madrid will come out and be more balanced. Manchester City will sense blood in the water with them missing players, Gareth Bale and everybody. I think that Manchester City is just going to come out. I mean, you guys are athletes. If you sense blood, you always got to remember that, But, yeah, I really honestly feel that Real Madrid just isn't up for it, I feel like Manchester City is going to come out firing all cylinders, not scared. I wouldn't be surprised if one goes in the first 10, honestly. Just come right out.
Okay, all right.
One right in.
All right, so go on the first 10 minutes from from Manchester City. So although they're scum of the earth, you still got them winning the tie. At least we know you're being unbiased.
Manchester City?
I mean, you got to be honest. I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, we all see the team. Does anybody here really think Real Madrid, with their players that they're going to field, can stop Manchester City? Honestly,
okay.
I don't think so.
Is it my turn? I can go now.
Go ahead, Em. Let's see if you got something, a rebuttal for that. Do you have a rebuttal for that? Let's hear it.
Let me ask you guys something. It's a very serious question. If you're going to be playing a team with a team that has experience, right, versus a team that does not have experience, which team do you think has the advantage? The team with the experience that knows what it's like to go into Champions League, a team with experience that knows what it's like to win Champions League. Like, if I had to place my bets on a team that can overcome a 1-0 disadvantage, I would pick experience, right? Zinedine Zidane has won, how many times has he won the Champions League? 3 times. And I'm talking probably as a coach. As a coach and a player, he knows what it's like to go to the Champions League and win it. Manchester City, yes, they've gone to the Champions League finals and they've lost it. Like, they don't know what it's like to take on that pressure of Champions League. PSG is in the same boat. Even though, so one thing that I do, well, another thing that you guys need to understand is since the pandemic has ended, Real Madrid has won 10 out of their 11 games. So they are not joking around, okay? Man City, they lost to Chelsea when it actually mattered, right? When they're playing against big name teams and it's time for them to step up, they have the ability. Pep has the ability to overthink things and tweak too much and hurt his team. So I believe that Juventus, the one thing that hurts, the one thing that is hurting Real Madrid is the fact that they're not bringing Gareth Bale.
One thing that's hurting Real Madrid is they're not Juventus.
Well, with Real Madrid, what's his name? Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale is going to be playing like counter-attacking football hurts Man City, and the fact that they don't have Gareth Bale to expose that space, I think it's going to hurt them, but they're going to come through. Believe Amsterdam.
I like the Gareth Bale point. I think by leaving him at home, especially going to England, like you're not playing with a full deck of cards. But we know that there's been problems between Gareth Bale and the manager. So at the end of the day, the manager has to stick by his principles. But I agree with you.
There's nobody
that's an advantage
either. So when he goes to Man City, nobody's going to be in the stadium booing him. So he'll be fine.
I have a question.
All right, go ahead, B. Ask the question.
For anyone on the panel, by the way, Real Madrid has won the last 3 Champions League or 4 or something like that in a row. I think they won the last 3 in a row, right?
Yes,
there are 3 players that they had in common that played in all 3 times that they win. What are the 3 players?
Sergio Ramos, Cristiano Ronaldo, Gareth Bale.
And guess what happened?
None of them are playing.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, Continue with the point.
Okay,
you
answered too quick. I was trying to
So
flex
here's the
my
thing.
knowledge there, but
Here's
you
the thing.
answered too quick.
Like I was saying before, when you do good, it's the players, but when you do bad, it's the coach. Who was the coach that
Listen.
was coaching the Champions League team when they won those titles?
Zinedine Zidane.
Okay, me done talk.
Yes,
Okay,
but
so-
but what we also know is that a coach is as good as the players that he has, right?
You know what?
Absolutely.
If you don't have no players, you cannot win.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter how good you are as a coach.
Oh,
You
okay.
can get them to a certain point, but
Okay.
to
So
win
you're
the whole thing, it's completely different. And based on the first look, think about it. The guy who scores all the goals is not there. Who scores all the goals? Don't tell me that they won La Liga because there's only 2.5 teams in La Liga. So anyone can coach them to win there, right? No, the guy who scores all the goals is not there. That's Cristiano. The guy who's considered their best ever defender, or one of the best ever defender, inspirational leader, almighty captain, Sergio Ramos, who takes all the PKs, who does everything, he's not there, right?
Not
And
gone.
and then on top of that, the guy who always steps up for all the every time Real Madrid win the Champions League, one of the big moments, it doesn't matter what happened, one of the biggest moments of the game, Gareth Bale is involved. He's not there. So, and they're already there. And so I'm just telling you all the things that's against them. Then on top of that, they're playing away from home. Even though it's no fans, they're still playing away from home. Then on top of that, they're already down by 2-1. These are all the things that's against them. So why would I pick them?
So let me ask you.
So now I think after hearing that, now I think they'll score in the first 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right, guys. Okay.
Hold on. Let me ask B one question. It's just a yes or no.
Make it quick.
So the team that has 10 wins in 11 games since the restart are not the players that are able to beat City. They're not. That's not the players that you want.
Tell me. Okay, I'm answering you. Tell me a team that they played. Out of the 10 teams that they played against, tell me a team that they played against.
The La Liga giants. All the guys in all the teams in La Liga. Those guys are giants.
All right. Next question. Next question. All right, so we have another tie on Friday. We have Juventus with the almighty Cristiano Ronaldo and the almighty Aaron Ramsey. Shout out to Khan. So my question is to you guys, Juventus Lyon. Right now, Juventus leads 1-0 on aggregate. What is our predictions for that match?
Juventus is not leading. Try that again.
No, Lyon leads 1-0 on aggregate. I apologize. Go ahead, Bernard. I want to hear your take on the Juventus Lyon match.
Well, I put it like this. I think, because I don't think Juventus is as good as what they are in the previous years, but Juventus has something that Lyon doesn't have, right? Juventus has Cristiano. With all the experience, but Juventus has Cristiano, right? And I think with Cristiano, like, I cannot go against him. I'm not a biggest Cristiano fan, but I have to show my respects. And I would never go against him in a one-off game. And I think he's going to find a way to carry them through this time. Some way, somehow, he's going to score or do something to ensure that they get through, right?
So do you think? So you're going with the experience and the pedigree of Cristiano Ronaldo.
And the pedigree of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Because what about
he knows how to step up. Okay, put it like this. Cristiano in a big game, you know that he's going to produce. Even if there's 10 games that he doesn't perform, when it counts, when it matters the most, he's going to come up and he's going to perform.
Okay, what about the fact that Juventus has played more games than Lyon since the shutdown of the leagues and then the restart?
Which again, it it works. It gives more advantage to Juventus because Lyon, because they canceled their league, they're not. It doesn't matter how much practice games they play, they're not going to be 100% match fit, right? Because they haven't played a full game in months, right? Which is the same thing that's going to happen to PSG when they get into. Even though they're playing practice games, it's not the same level of intensity that they're going to be facing, right?
Okay, so you think that is going to be a disadvantage? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and let's hear from you, man. Let's hear from you in terms of the Juventus-Lyon tie. Let's hear it.
Lyon. Okay. So Juventus they're down by a goal, which is very surprising. But B, you're talking about
why is that surprising? I want to know why that's surprising.
Well, it is because the fact that it's on Cristiano Ronaldo's team. They're against it's Juventus. It has a bigger reputation than Lyon. Lyon plays in the French league, PSG, and others. So that's pretty much how it works, right? So the fact that Lyon,
the French league, wide play, really wide play. Intricate passes, short touches, nice counterattacks. Juventus plays in Serie A. That's Route 1 football. You kick the ball down the field, you hold it up with the point man, wait for somebody to make a run, tap it to them.
Not with the players that Juventus have. Juventus have Cristiano Ronaldo, and Cristiano Ronaldo was snubbed for the player of the
We all saw. Tell him to keep his hands off of women, and then he'll win awards again.
All right. We're going to leave the women alone.
Hey, listen. We all grown men here. You know what I'm saying? I love CR7. We got trophies because of him. Grow up. You know what I'm saying?
He's not the only one that's on there that can make an impact, though. There's Dybala. There's also Pjanic. They have De Ligt in the back, so they have potential. The fact that they're down 1-0, and they've also one thing that's going to hurt them, I think, going into the Champions League is the fact that they won the league. Yes, they won the league, but they won by 1 point. The reason why that happened is because after they were declared the winner, they kind of took their foot off the gas, take their foot off the throttle, ended up having the team coming back by 1 point. The fact that Lyon is not playing in France right now, but they're having some practice matches, nobody knows what's happening behind closed doors. It could be injury prone. It could be. It seems like they're protecting themselves. So I think I don't think Juventus is going to get through. I think Lyon is going to hold it down and come through with that win out in Juventus, at Juventus by.
Okay, so you got Lyon going through in the tie.
Yeah.
Okay, LeBron, let's hear from you.
0-0.
Let's hear from you. B, you can rebuttal in a second, B. Go ahead, let's hear from LeBron. Juventus Lyon, baby.
I just want to answer your question by asking a question. Since I'm new here and this is my first time on the podcast, I want to get to know kind of what leagues do you guys think are the hardest leagues to play in? Do you put the EPL as the hardest league to compete and win in? Do you feel like Serie A, League One? Tell me, what do you think is the hardest league to win the championship in?
Me personally, I'm going to go with England. I think there's more money in England, so there's more money circulating. There's more money being invested. I think the top managers are currently in England. Last year, if you look at both finals, UEFA Cup and the Champions League, both finals were all English finals. Both champions were English. So right now, for me, it's cyclical. But right now, for me, the hardest league and the best league is England.
So for me, I think the MLS is the best league, but they're not playing in Champions League, which is unfortunate. I think we need to figure out how we can work that in the system. But I agree with Pico. I think that the Premier League is a very hard league for everybody to come in and adapt to. But in terms of my preference, I guess in order of the top places is MLS, of course. And then we have the Premier League, and then we would have the Italian League, and then I would put Spain and Germany and France. Like French League to me it's up in the top echelon. It's in the top echelon, but I don't think it warrants. I don't think it's as good as the others that I named before it.
Yeah, and for me, it's England. It's not. It's the money. Money is always a big factor, and the level of competition, the competitiveness, and the gap between first and second, and first and even sixth, first even eighth. Between first and eighth, the gap between those teams in terms of quality
I know
is
what you
not
said.
as big compared to all the other leagues. Right? So that's number one. Then you have Spain because tactically that league is very strong. All the teams and all the players are tactically very good. Then you have Italy, right? And then I would probably put I'll probably put Germany ahead of France. Probably, right? Slightly. I'll probably put Germany ahead of France because they have the two Bayern and Dortmund, right? But the weird thing is that in Spain, Real Madrid and Barcelona, if you have to pick the top three teams in the world, you probably put Real Madrid and Barcelona in it, right? But then the gap between Real Madrid and Barcelona and all the other teams are so big. There's such a big gap between them. That is why England is a better league than they are, right? Because the competitiveness of their league, right, make it that the team remember Liverpool, who wins the league by like 30 something points. Their first game that they lost to Watford, and Watford was at the bottom. That's the beauty of England. On any given day, when you slip up, you can get your ass beat.
What about
how England is? Repeat it again.
I'm asking about. Well, first of all, B, I kind of understand why you said from first to eighth. I see what you did there, but Liberal, I'm curious about what you think.
So the reason why I asked is because, and I'm sure you guys always knew, like I like to follow the development of players, not just once they get to the top. I like to know how they got there. First off, representing Arsenal, Eduardo was somebody I followed from the time he was 12 all the way till he broke his ankle, and I cried that day because I watched him grow as a player and I watched him make the first team. And when he got his ankle broken and he broke his leg, I felt that pain. But the reason why I asked that question is because if you ask players where they develop the most, where you get the most skill from, most of them say hands down the French league. They say because the players are younger, the coaching is better, and the best coaching academies are in France. So whenever these coaches come out of the academies, they instantly go to these club teams in France that might not be in the first division or maybe even in the second division. But the parity in France is really, 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 really good. I mean, these games are tough. In England, the second division of England is basically what we did in Shepherdstown sometimes. Some of these games are awful. I'm terrible. No development. I've been to them. I've seen them. Route 1 football, barely, or you just work the ball through two guys that are trying to make it to a club somewhere. In France, you don't really see that. That's the reason why I think that Lyon is a better team. They're not as strong. They don't have the top-notch players. But you know that thing that you feel when you step on the field with your squad and just everybody's in the right place, and God, that felt so easy, and I can't believe M was right there. Oh my God, Ryan's right there. Goal. I think that's what Lyon has going for them right now. I think they have team chemistry maxed out on 100. And I really honestly, I mean, Juventus is unbeaten. They're unbeaten at home. They're ready to play. I just think Lyon's going to do it. That's just what I think.
Okay, I like how you segued into that. And just to touch on your point in terms of the second division, right? And with Arsenal, in the recent history, Laurent Koscielny was a second division French player and came into Arsenal and started.
Yes.
And then most recently, Guendouzi was also a second division French player and came into Arsenal's first team like it was nothing. So good point, LeBron. I like that.
Yeah, but you know that you're sort of it's not exactly the same thing. If you like what you're talking about development, which I probably agree with you, right? in terms of players getting better and players improving. That I'll give you that part. But the question you asked which league is the best league. Development. England is not for little boys. England is for grown men.
You're right. You're right.
So so that's why they always say, unless you're fully developed and ready, don't come to England. Because if you come to England and you're not fully ready, it's like a shark. It's going to eat you alive, my brother. Right? In France.
Oh, yes.
And the thing that in France is that PSG has so much money. The gap between them and everyone else is so wide. It's like it makes the league look like a joke. Even though it's not a joke league, but the competitiveness between first, second is not there. So, you understand what I'm saying? That's so, again, that makes it different in terms of the quality of the league. But in England, everyone is on any given day. That's why in England, if you lose 2 games, you can't win the Premiership.
Yes.
At this point in time, losing 2 games. Correct? Some people are going to turn and say, but Liverpool lost 3. No, Liverpool lost when they already won the league. For you to win in England, you need at least like 90 points.
Okay.
You have to be consistently very good.
Okay. Good point, B. So listen. I want to talk to M. We coming down on time. We got a couple more games, and I just want predictions from you guys.
You come to Amsterdam?
Napoli.
Okay.
Yeah, I come to Amsterdam. So, and we got Napoli and Barcelona. The aggregate is 1-1. I want to get a prediction on that. Who comes out of that tie? And then we've got Bayern versus Chelsea. Aggregate is.
I see what you did.
It's 3-0 Bayern. So let me hear from you on those 2 matches, please.
Okay. Let me tell you.
Predictions.
Messi is going to do what Messi does in that game. The game is at Barcelona. They will win that game 2-0 against Napoli.
Okay. 2-0. All right.
And then for the Bayern-Chelsea game, Chelsea knows what's up. Bayern Munich, it might end up being one of those games that Manchester United played today with their B team because there's nothing going on. So that game might end up something like 1-1. Like Giroud is going to accidentally hit the ball in the goal and then they're just going to come back on the counter. So that's how the game is going to end. You're welcome.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, B. Let's hear your prediction on those 2 games, please.
I want to go Napoli because I think at this point Napoli is probably a better team. There's a lot of dysfunction going on in Barcelona, but Barcelona has Messi, so I can't go against him. So I would go 2-1 Barcelona, right? And Bayern probably. I want it to be a 4-0. I really want Bayern to smack them, right? That's what I really want. But fine, I'll give it 3-1. 3-1 to Bayern. I'll give them a goal. Even though Chelsea's most dangerous player won't be there. But for some reason, I'll give them a goal. I'll give them 3-1 to Bayern.
Oh, so we saying Christian Pulisic, we can officially say he's Chelsea's most dangerous. Well, we can touch on that next podcast, but he's a baller.
He won me. I knew based on throughout the season, I knew he was good. But that Liverpool game and then the Arsenal game, he fully won me over.
Yeah, he's a baller.
Fully won me over. Like, he has really cemented spot as a top quality player.
I'll copy that. Bro, let me get your predictions, please, on those 2 games. Barcelona, Napoli, Bayern, Chelsea.
All right, so I'm not sure about my historical facts here. That's why I'm glad I got y'all savants on. I don't think Napoli's ever played Barcelona, have they? Have they ever played? I don't think they've ever played a competitive match ever. I don't think they've never played at all. That's crazy, right?
I'd have to look it up, but not to my recollection.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that being said alone, I think Barcelona is going to take it quite easily. I don't think Napoli's up for it. Byron, Chelsea. That's I know, right? I kind of just want to sit back and enjoy it and watch it with the family, honestly, man. I kind of want Byron to do work, but then Pulisic, you know what I mean? I always have a soft spot in my heart for Bayern Munich, so I guess I would like to see Byron. So I'm saying Byron 2-0, and I'm saying Barcelona 2-1.
Okay. I like I like your predictions. So I'm gonna have to write these down. Make sure we revisit them next week when we touch bases. All right. So now that we got you guys' predictions in, I got another question for you guys. We're gonna move on to the championship / Premier League. With the 3 teams that were promoted were Leeds United, West Brom, and Fulham. I just want to hear from you guys.
Fulham!
I just want to hear from you guys. I'm going to start off with M this time. Which one of those 3 teams do you think will have the most success in the upcoming Premier League?
In the upcoming Premier League. Okay, so I have my notes here. Okay, so I think
next season.
Yeah,
so go into the notes.
I don't. Yeah, I'm checking out my notes. So I don't think for Fulham, they do have a Jamaican on the squad. I checked their roster out today, and I don't remember what his name is. So Fulham, they're always supportive of American.
Michael Hector.
Yeah, Hector. So they're
very not good,
of going out and finding talent, but I think they're going to be going back down. So Fulham is probably going to be on the chopping block, and I would say Leeds is probably going to go down as well. Aston Villa, we're gonna buy Grealish, so they're no longer gonna. I think they're gonna end up being in the 3rd spot to go down.
Okay, so you think that Leeds will go down, and you also believe that Fulham will go down?
Yeah, I think Leeds, Fulham, and I think conditionally, if Aston Villa loses Grealish, even though they bumped his weekly wages up from 70,000 to 100. I think they're going to end up losing him, and they're going to be the team to go down in relegation. But yeah, I think it's just going to be hard for Leeds, man. Congratulations on them also for coming back only after 1 season, but sometimes this just how the cookie crumbles, man.
Okay, M, if I were to score your answer from 1 to 10, I'd probably give you a -2. In terms of that one, but you're still my boy. All right, go ahead, LeBrel. Let's hear what your prediction is. Leeds United, West Brom, Fulham. Who stays up?
All right, so if I had to pick one, I would say Leeds stays up just based on tradition. Their township, their city. I've been to Leeds. They're just a football town. They just love their club. They're back up. Did you see when they got promoted? Old people were crying in the street, and that's what football is all about. So,
So
yeah, but it's a little different. I mean, I've been to places where football doesn't mean shit. Have you ever been to Blackburn? You know what I'm saying? They don't care about football in Blackburn anymore. They don't care about the Rovers anymore. The Rovers are dead. But yeah, so I think Leeds stays. I think the other 2 go back down. But for all the teams being promoted everywhere, it's going to be hard for them to buy players with no gate money. So COVID took away their gate money. So all the hard work that those players put in to be promoted, sadly, they're not probably going to get any help with any players in the transfer market because they're not going to have any money. So they're probably not going to have any help, and they're probably just going to go right back down.
And I think the actual time frame that they have in between the end of the league and the beginning of the season, that window is very short for you to actually go out and acquire players. So
yeah, there you go. So it's sad, man. It's really sad. Sad for the players.
Yeah, but my thing is, I think I'm completely opposite from him. I think Leeds is going to definitely stay up. Right?
Yeah, that's what I said. Leeds, yes, sir. Leeds.
Because Leeds got something that none of those teams in in the championship don't have, and they've already all right. Put it like this: Leeds has one of the best coaches in football right now.
Thank you, B. Thank you.
One of the
Appreciate that.
best coaches in football.
You touched on it.
Right?
You touched on
The
it.
guy who
Let's hear about
Pep,
Bielsa. Let's hear some history about Bielsa.
The guy who Pep and Pochettino and all those guys got their coaching philosophy from is this guy at Leeds. So I can't go against that. And if you watch the way how Leeds play, I watch Leeds in the same FA Cup. I watched those guys against Arsenal. Those guys was giving us the business. We got lucky, right?
Right.
So Leeds is a team that play really good football because they have a really good coach. No, are they going to get all the top quality players that they want? No, but because of the respect of the coach, they're going to get the probably 3 or 4 players that's going to help them to survive in the Premiership. That's one. 2, I think Fulham is in a very tricky spot because remember Fulham just came. Fulham, they only had, remember, they were just in the Premiership and they came back down, right? But remember, the last time when they were in the Premiership, they spent so much money, but then they got relegated, right? So now that they're back in the Premiership, I know they're going to be a little bit hesitant to come back. Now that they have Scott Parker has bring them back in the Premiership, they're going to be a little bit hesitant to be as gun-ho as how they were the last time and go spend a big chunk again because they don't want the same thing to happen again. So that's why they're in like a gray area right there. West Brom, you know what's going to happen. They're going to come and say, you know what, we're going to be very solid and very good defensively and hope that they could nick a goal and try to survive based on that. But I think Leeds already
twice, we don't care.
Good. Leeds has the history and tradition, right? Leeds got very good history and tradition, and just the fact that they have a coach like that, I would put Leeds as the team that has the biggest opportunity of staying up out of all of them.
Yeah, me personally, I know I'm the guy asking the questions, but based on what I've seen from Leeds, Leeds should have got promoted 2 years ago. I don't know if you guys remember when they scored a goal where it was, I believe, a player got hurt, and then Leeds scored a goal on themselves, okay, in order to pretty much make things even. They didn't kick the ball out of bounds. I don't remember, guys. Remember that situation? That particular game cost Leeds their promotion that year. I remember. So those guys have been in contention.
At the end of the season, right? That was like right around Boxing Day, wasn't it?
No, I believe it was towards the end of the season. It was towards the end of the season.
For some reason, I thought it was right around Boxing Day.
Yeah. And then last year in the championship, they were leading at Christmas. And for the past however many years, you know, the championship team that leads at Christmas has been promoted. And Leeds made history by not getting promoted last season. So it's been long overdue. They've had this manager who's been with them for a couple years now. And I think that, you know, he will be able to keep them in the Premier League. But time will tell. Time will tell. So, but you know, that about brings us to the end, fellas. Man, that's good work. Does anybody else have anything to say before we wrap up?
Before we go, man, we gotta give a special shout out to Casillas. You know, that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, Igor Casillas. That's what when you called me with the Leeds question, I was caught off guard because I was reading up Casillas retired. So you know,
I could tell.
that guy's heavy, man. We gotta make some type of mention. 16 years with the first team, over 700 appearances. You know, he's 39 years old now. 19 titles. Guys won Champions League. La Liga trophies. You can't even think. You know, so many La Liga trophies.
Yeah, he won 2 Euros and the World Cup. I put him as probably between third. He's one of the greatest of our generation. He's one of the greatest goalkeepers. I put him between third and fourth. I put Buffon ahead of him, and I put Emmanuel Neuer ahead of him. But his leadership
let's
qualities.
Play that game then. Let's end on that game then.
Top
who do you
three.
got? Yeah, who do you got?
I have Buffon as number one. Then I have Manuel Neuer. Then I put him. Then I would have between Casillas and Petr Cech. But I'd probably give it to Casillas because he has won so much and his leadership qualities. But I think Petr Cech is technically a better goalkeeper than him. But because of his leadership qualities, I don't want to downgrade that because it takes a lot to be the captain of Spain and Madrid for such a long time. That don't go unnoticed for me.
Okay.
So
you didn't
just
no Oliver Kahn, no problem. Go ahead, Em.
Yeah.
No
Are
Oliver
we talking
Kahn.
about all time or like I'm trying to figure out where B's trying to go?
Wait, I thought we were talking about this generation. Yes.
Okay, this generation.
Okay, my bad.
No. I think all time is gonna be. I think if it's all time, it's probably gonna take a while. I wasn't ready for that question. But if my generation,
oh man, you don't gotta be. It's just a podcast.
Okay, that's
just
fine.
give me three.
Okay, of all time,
three
of all time, I'm gonna take Casillas is definitely gonna be in there. Casillas is gonna be in there. Gigi Buffon, and I'm gonna have to take the last one and go with David De Gea. No, I'm not gonna go with that.
What?
I'm joking, guys.
All right, bro, your turn.
I think the third one.
We wrapping up, guys.
I'll take Barthez. Barthez is entertaining, man.
So look.
No Oliver Kahn. Okay, go ahead, LeBron. Go ahead.
Just real quick, Iker Casillas and Gigi Buffon. They played in front of incredible defenses. Does that go into account for anything? I'm just asking. Does that go into account? I mean, there are some terrific keepers that didn't have a defense like that. Look at Patty Kenny and a lot of those guys that were great. I mean, look at Van der Sar's son. You know what I'm saying? Like, or Schmeichel's son, Kasper Schmeichel. He was a good keeper. Shit defense. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Iker Casillas is obviously up there in the top echelon. For me, it would be the last three United keepers all day. Last three United keepers.
Amen to that.
Including Tim Howard.
Oh my God, the bias is real over here.
And I feel you. I was
biased real over here.
I appreciate it.
I was torn between Barthez and De Gea, so you know I'm glad that
no Van der Sar, no Schmeichel. You guys are heavy, but okay, no problem. We'll make that another debate for another day, man. Thank you guys for taking part tonight, LeBron. Thank you. You've been a great addition to the podcast. We appreciate it, man. And great podcast tonight, fellas. Everybody have a blessed night. And I'm gonna go. Let's go, Man City on Friday. Let's go, Man City.
You're an Arsenal fan. Let's go, Man U all day, every day. I cheer for nobody else. I bleed red.
All right, peace.
All right, fellas.